Hi, my name is Kelly Abbott. For liability, I'm hiding under a pseudonym. Today, our goals are technical. We are trying to prove that, one, you can buy wireless access points from a store and set up a public access hub, and two, you can have a spare machine lying around at home and you can convert that into a wireless access point if you don't have the money for the off-the-shelf parts.
What we have here is a Pringles Yagi, homebrew directional antenna for 2.4 gigahertz. Here's what it looks like. Here's what the internals look like. Basically made out of washers, copper line, a yogurt lid. There's threaded rod that goes inside of the copper tubing, and there's a couple of lock nuts on either end, and of course the Pringles lid up on the top. And you take this portion of the antenna and stick it right inside the Pringles can, and the connection from the antenna to your wireless card is through a pigtail, and one end of the pigtail, I believe that's a TNC connector. The other end of the pigtail is a N male connector.
Let me get on close.
N is in Nancy.
N is in Nancy.
Okay.
Over here we have the female. And I'm going to go ahead and have you look inside of this one more time. Because what you do is you have to solder a piece of wire to that connector in order to create the RF or radiate the RF through this.
That's any old copper wire?
And that's just a 12 gauge copper wire.
Now this pigtail, that came all together, right?
This pigtail was pre-made, and one of the other people that are here today, I believe his name's Dave, I believe he bought this and brought it, which is good.
How much?
These things range anywhere from about $25 to $40.
Okay.
Now the can, the Pringles antenna is probably, I don't know, $10 or less than $10 worth of parts. The most expensive part is the end female. Everything else is pretty much hardware, just from your local hardware store.
And now this allows you to get directional access.
It's a directional antenna.
Okay. So the idea is to set this up 300, 400, 500, 600 feet from the hub or the wireless router, and then you can get a good signal.
Well, we tested it. I'm not sure the distance that we tested it at, but we did find that it works, which is good news. As far as the distance, we don't know that yet. We'll have to make more tests, but it did work. In fact, it worked better than the commercial antenna. So I was pleased with that. And again, you can put this together with common tools in about an hour.
How do you make the bracket that's holding the
the bracket. The bracket. The bracket is a clamp, and I attached it to a nut.
You soldered it?
No, actually I used a super strength epoxy to weld a quarter inch nut to the bracket, and then there's a quarter-inch bolt coming underneath.
And that's just your typical tripod?
That is a typical camera tripod, yeah. And I just created this bracket for the Pringles antenna.
So then the idea is to hook up the pigtail to the laptop.
Yeah, this end of it here would go to your wireless card. Hopefully you have a card that has an antenna jack that'll take a connector like this.
Or Orinoco cards.
Yeah, Orinoco cards should have this type of jack. Many cards don't. You can hack out of them and put in your own connector, but I'd recommend against doing that. I'd recommend getting a card that already has a jack, and then all you need is to get yourself a pigtail and get an antenna.
And you can attach the antenna to either your access point or your laptop.
Yeah.
So you can have directional access from your access point out.
You could actually have two of these. You could have two of these and probably have some pretty good distance.
Sure.
Okay?
Well, let's
So,
back up for just a second.
yeah.
You had the hot glue for the connector
The
here.
hot glue is holding the end female onto the.
And you just drill a hole through there with.
I didn't. I just punched a hole with an awl.
Okay.
And then solder gun.
And awl? You use an awl for it?
Yeah.
Isn't that what you stoke a fire with?
Sure. Pizza? Pizza?
Sure.
Any preferences?
It's a JB weld.
JB?
JB weld.
What is that?
It's what the epoxy is. It's called JB weld.
And where's the epoxy?
Right here. It's on the nut. It's I JB welded the nut to this clamp, and then the nut screws onto the bolt coming through the tripod.
Okay. And then that's
It's
just.
a quarter 20.
Is that just caulking around the female bolt there?
That is hot glue.
Okay. Any other low tech
Low tech.
stuff that you use?
That's pretty much it.
Okay.
I just built it. I can follow instructions. Yeah. But I came up with a couple of my own twists. They used, in their version, they used another Pringles lid here.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted to save my Pringles lids for the top. So I just found this yogurt lid here. And then they used aluminum, but I thought I'd try copper out. And the next one I'm going to build, I'm going to use aluminum to see if there's a difference.
Now, this middle plastic lid is just to keep it stable while it's in there, right? So it doesn't bend all the way down.
Nestor, take it easy. Yeah, that's probably part of it.
Yeah.
I think that's probably all of it.
And then what are these extra washers for?
These are quarter wavelength sections of tubing. So
The washers are reflectors.
yeah.
They're what move the signal back to the connector.
Yeah, up front. Move it out front.
So they're a quarter of the wavelength? Very good.
I believe so, yeah.
So you had to be pretty precise when you made these?
I was precise.
What's the distance?
I can get you that information later, but I don't remember. But the other thing is I used a tubing cutter to cut the pipe, not a hacksaw.
How come?
The hacksaw, you probably deform it. So with a tubing cutter designed just for precise cuts.
I can use some tuning to keep better for me.
Yeah.